Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. I'm your co-host along with Mr. Tom Fox. We are the founders of the network. We're going to give a quick rundown of our favorite news picks of the week. So without further ado, let me bring up Mr. Tom Fox here, and then we'll get going. Tom, hi. How you doing?
Hey, Andrew.
All right. You want to do the honors as always and kick us off with your top news picks, sir?
Sure, I have a couple of stories, one from the Kerrville Lead, our good friend Louis Amstoy, and the second from the Kerrville Daily Times. From the Lead, Louis reports that there's a potential water war or civil litigation, more appropriately put, in the works between the city of Kerrville and the Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District. The city of Kerrville has authorized the city manager to use all means necessary to resolve the dispute, and it's unclear even why this dispute has gotten this far. The city says it has signed the permits it's needed and handed the water and drought management plans to the Headwaters, but the groundwater district says somehow or some way, in some manner, Kerrville is insufficient, and it's unclear how politically driven all of these are. But this is really a permitting issue, Andrew. And typically you don't see litigation. You either have filled out a permit and turned it in, and then it is approved, or you haven't. And if the city of Kerrville hasn't, all the conservation district has to do is say, we've received your permit. It's insufficient. It's insufficient in the following manner: 1, 2, 3, 4. Please fill it out and return it. But we seem to be way beyond that. So that's sort of story number one. Story number two comes to us from the Kerrville Daily Times, which reports that the county sheriff, Larry Lefia, has said he will begin a new initiative against, or rather, to support the fight against human smuggling. He's evaluating his own staff to determine who might lead this effort. And he also has received funding for a new position from the county for having a criminal interdiction against human smuggling resource. So the county's going to devote some more resources to this. I don't know what it means in terms of increased jail capacity or jail time or, pressure on the court system or anything like that. But if they believe this is an issue for Kirk County, certainly would support them moving forward. What do you got for us, Andrew?
Yeah, thanks for reporting on all that, Tom. So my two stories this week are not quite as serious, but I took a lighthearted approach considering it's the holiday season. So the first story I wanted to report on was we just this past week experienced, and this is the second year in a row that we've done this. I don't know that if it was taking place before that. I believe that it was, but I've only observed 2 years. But this was a Kerrville church walk. So one weeknight, some of the churches towards the downtown area, several of them participate in a church walk where patrons walk literally from one church to the next and sing different various mashup of Christmas songs and Christian songs. And so it's a really interesting and unique thing that I think that we do here in Kerrville. So, there was the First Baptist Church, First Presbyterian, First Assembly of God, St. Peter's Episcopal, and Notre Dame Catholic Church all participated in this church walk. So I thought that was a unique and very special thing that we do here, and it had a great turnout this past week. So that's story number one. Story number two was the Ultimate Gift of Life. I wanted to report on them just because, number one, we had just talked to Christy Vandenberg not that long ago. You and I both did a podcast with her, 2 podcasts just within the last 30, 60 days or so. One of the things she talked about was a fundraiser that the Ultimate Gift of Life was working on that revolved around delivering Christmas trees that were sponsored from various parties, but they were going to be delivered to seniors in the community that might otherwise not have a Christmas tree. So just this past week, they did deliveries. I think she did something like 15 deliveries of these decorated sponsored Christmas trees to seniors that were receiving Meals on Wheels meals. So at the same time they received their hot meal for that day, they also got delivered a Christmas tree or holiday tree for the season. and free of charge and sponsored by more than likely some of the local folks here in the community. So I thought, in the spirit of giving and holiday season upon us, that I would share those two stories for this week's news. What about this weekend, Tom? As we turn an eye towards the weekend, what do you got planned?
Well, actually, a little bit of holiday festivity. As you know, Andrew, I live in the prestigious development of Tierra Linda, and
Well, you
we are
just
having
moving further west, don't you?
moving further west. And we have, or apparently Tierra Linda has a um, lighted car, horse, wagon, Jeep, motorcycle parade every Christmas. And tonight is the Christmas lighted parade around part of the Tierra Linda Ranch that I live on. So we're going to attend our first Tierra Linda Ranch. Next on Saturday, if you'll recall, our good friend John Assetti, who we did a 10-part podcast series with, that formed the basis of his autobiography. He's having a small Christmas event to celebrate his autobiography. And believe it or not, he's going to tell me about his next podcast project that he's got lined up. He's only 93. He's really needs to get moving, if he's going to get anything accomplished in his life. So he's going to tell us about that, and I'll be sharing that with our audience as well as you and Gilbert. And then Christy Vandenberg, a woman I've met through Rotary, and who you talked about as the chairperson of the Ultimate Gift of Life, or the executive director, I should say. She's having a Christmas party Sunday night, once again in Tierra Linda Ranch. So we're going to go over and check out Christy's. If you don't know it, she makes the best Dutch apple pie in all of Kerr County. And if you can ever get a Christy Vandenberg apple pie, Dutch apple pie, believe me, it is beyond belief. It's so good. So I'm looking forward to some Christy Vandenberg apple pie, and perhaps a few other goodies she's cooking. How about you and your good wife as well?
Yeah, that's you are just full of it, full of holiday cheer this weekend. That's great. We got a few things going on, but nothing too holiday themed. We got an Adopt a Highway trash pickup that we're doing tomorrow morning. And then I do have one holiday party. I think it's the last one to check off Sunday with the Red Cross. So I sit on that board, and Beth and I will be attending the holiday party that's mid-afternoon Sunday. But other than that, we'll be trying to catch up on some rest and just relaxing. I think the weather's going to be nice too, so might even have a chance to get outside other than our trash pickup tomorrow morning at our own leisure, and maybe walk our little fur babies. So looking forward to it.
Nothing better than a fur baby walk on a good, nice Saturday.
That's right. That's right. In December, when it's like 70 degrees and sunny outside in Texas. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. Thank you, Tom, for tuning in. Thank you all of you that are on the line, and I hope that you take care. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll get you back here next time.